What's the best way to make a grilled cheese sandwich? Have someone else do it for you. Call ahead to grandma and mention that the grilled cheese sandwich sounds good. By the time I get there, she's made 2 grilled cheese sandwiches and some homemade vegetable soup. All that's left after that is to nap on the couch to a wheel of fortune. Sprinkle salt and crushed dried rosemary on the buttered side before grilling it, and go for a combo of cheeses, but make sure one of them is Swiss. Also, let it rest on a wire cooling rack for a moment after grilling if you want both sides to be crispy. Putting it directly on a plate makes it slightly soggy on one side. I did some systematic tests a while back, and the best I came up with was a 50-50 mix of very sharp cheddar and aged Swiss. Sandwich the Swiss between the cheddar because it melts faster, and cook over very low heat. Wait until late in the game to butter the bread, which will prevent burning. Type of bread is more a matter of taste. I prefer a mild wheat. I know a lot of people prefer sourdough. Edit, bold hyphen greater than mild, stupid autocorrect. A grilled cheese consists of only these following items: cheese, bread with spread, usually butter. This entire subreddit consists of /melts /. Almost every / grilled. More butter. However much you're using, a little bit more would be better. I drop some bacon grease in the pan and cook it in that cheese. It's amazing. Use mayonnaise instead of butter. /spoiler /. Choice of cheese is important. American cheese has a certain makeup that allows it to melt at an extremely gooey rate. Pair this with harder to melt cheeses, like Gouda, cheddar, or pepper jack. Thick bread is great. I prefer sourdough. Using a cast iron and using mayo or butter, I prefer butter. Spread it on the outside of each piece of bread. Low and slow cooking is the way to go. Once bread is toasted, cover the pan with a lid to help finishing melting the cheese, and then, a perfect grilled cheese. I like to use a bit of mustard spread on my cheese. Get Pullman bread. It's amazing toasted and offers a nice crunch while keeping the inside nice and soft. Don't have it? Try sourdough. Lots of people claim ciabatta is where it's at. Maybe if you're making some ragtag turkey dish, but not for a sandwich as great as the OGC. Next, get a pan with a lid. Help melt your cheese, turning it into beautiful stretchy strings of glory. But first, get some butter. Frick mayo. What are you for? I'd recommend some Irish butter or something from a cow that's lived a life of luxury. Turn your stove onto low and smother 1/2 of your bread in the butter goodness. Then place the cheese. But first look at your bread. It is a blank canvas and you're a Picasso. Play my child. The only rule is that there are no rules. Except you have to use more than one type of cheese. And American cheese can go suck a kielbasa-sized dog. My recommendation is a sharp cheddar with something mild like Swiss or Munster. Once you've placed your cheese, put on even more, you coward. The cheese isn't a compliment, it's the main event. Don't hold back. Now you can place the other piece of bread on, or you can slightly mix it up. I recommend a little Dijon mustard to give it a sort of J Northeast size point. Place the lid on and cook it slow. Treat it like an older woman who needs to feel that spark of passion again. Sure, she's your already married Greek philosophy professor, but you can't hold back. You won't hold back. Besides, maybe it feels so good because you know it's so bad. Flip your sandwich once it's golden brown. Make sure there's plenty of butter in your pan, and repeat. Voila! You've just given your mouth the ride of its life. Red cheese bread. Use your hands. I melt some butter in the pan, add pepper, minced garlic, and garlic salt. Then toss the unbuttered sandwich into it, moving it around so it catches the garlic and keeps the butter from drying to the pan. Then I flip it over and repeat for 2 or 3 minutes, or until the butter has all been absorbed into the bread. I've used provolone lately, but any kind of cheese works. It's a garlic toast grilled cheese. It's unreal. Use a lid. Regardless of how pretentious you are with your cheese, drop a slice of Kraft cheese into a bowl of some pinky out fancy cheese if you need a good emulsifier. It's mellow enough that you won't taste it, but it's got that gooey perfection. Provolone works as well, but I find it's just a little too tart to fulfill the role. Sodium citrate. I made a garlic bread grilled cheese sandwich (left link once. It was basically like any other grilled cheese, but I used mayo instead of butter and added garlic salt. The cheese I used was mild cheddar because I love cheddar and it's stretchy. Anyway, it was the best grilled cheese I've ever had. This has been an ongoing debate, so check out /r/grillandcheese /r/grillandcheese on wild /r/grillandcheese to help you on find your answer. White bread, Kraft American singles, real butter. You can make these fancy, using gourmet cheeses and breads, different additives. But the fact is that white bread, Kraft American singles and real butter are the classic for a reason. Sudo make me a grilled cheese sandwich. Someone summon /u/frick_blue_shells. In one of these bad boys right square bracket left parenthesis link. Me. Mayo not butter. Try it. Sourdough bread, grape cheese, and butter. Spread butter on both pieces of bread and put grilled cheese on the non-buttered sides. Only with cheese inside the buns and nothing else. Right square bracket left parenthesis link. Me. Grill butter and cheese on bread on a pan. In a cast iron pan. Make a cheese sandwich, then put it on the grill. Butter and cheese. Don't fix what ain't broken and butter greater than mayo. Fight me. Are you trying to start shi'is right now? Do you think we are your little puppets to be pit against each other for your own amusement? Asterisk sorts by controversial asterisk. Add a thin layer of whole grain mustard to the sandwich. Grill the cheese before you put it in the bread. The ones made with plant-based cheese. Use plenty of butter on the bread. Use a variety of cheeses, but not too much. I recommend Colby Monterey Jack, maybe some mozzarella, and pepper jack if you want a little spice. Be sure to lubricate the pan with a little bit of butter. Place one piece of bread butter side down into the pan, then your cheese, then butter side up bread. Cooked to a nice golden brown. Also, some salsa goes really good with a nice grilled cheese. Apple butter. After fully cooking your sandwich, put a thin layer of apple butter on top and cut it in half. Alternatively, dip the grilled cheese in the apple butter. I know it's weird, but I swear by it. Hawaiian sweet rolls, Colby and Gouda cheese and butter. Slice the sweet rolls all at once while oven is preheating to 350 B0F. Butter your baking pan. Place bottom half of sweet rolls in the baking pan. Layer the Colby and Gouda. Place top half of sweet rolls and butter it. Bake for about 18 to 20 or longer if you like the crispy. Grilled cheese sliders. Use a good quality European style butter. You can get it for a reasonable price at Aldi. One good brand is Pluderk. The higher butter fat content helps make the bread nice and golden brown. Ideally, you should shred your own cheese with a box grater or rotary grater. Slices will work, but don't use pre-shredded cheese from a bag. It's got cornstarch or something that prevents it from melting properly. There is a way to make your sandwich extra crispy and cheesy. Shred a little more cheese than you think you will need. When your sandwich is almost done cooking, sprinkle the cheese on top of the sandwich and flip it. Let the cheese fry up a bit. When it cools slightly, it will be very crisp. Link. Add garlic butter. Soften some cream cheese in the microwave for like a second, then spread that on the insides of the slices. It done.